Hi everyone, I started to say Saturday and I realized it is indeed Sunday. Hi everyone and happy Sunday. So my plans went a bit awry this weekend. I was going to post a video on Friday. Well, I was actually really wanting to post a video like every day this weekend. And that did not happen because work project got real busy and in fact, I had to work probably just about a full day yesterday, which I'm not one to work outside my business hours. Now, I skip lunch all the time, but there were some things that were needed before Monday, and Friday we got a bunch of high winds and our power kept flickering in and out, and these things require like a lot of setup in the system we're using, and every time I get to try to set one up, like the power would go out and I'd have to restart the whole program. And I was like, I'm not going to do this to myself, not for the rest of the day. So I had about a couple hours left in my day, and so I just said forget it, I'll log on Saturday. And then I spent about 7 or 8 hours yesterday working on stuff, and it it I don't know, I'm exhausted, I'm frustrated, I'm putting in all this work and it's like I'm not getting a lot for my efforts. Like it's just very stressful right now, and this next week's not going to be any better. I'm actually thinking about recording a few videos ahead of time for the week, because I'm behind. I've got two sets of books worth of flip throughs, and I kind of wanted to do a color and chat because I had a topic on my mind, but I don't know if I want it. It involves one of the particular types of flips, so I'm not sure the timing of this. We shall see. But anyway, so might record some videos ahead of time today because I don't think I'm going to have any time this week either. So, but hopefully, week after next, maybe by the middle of the week, things will calm down a little. I hope. At least half of what's going on right now will go away. I don't know if it all go, like for it to all go away. No, if part of it goes away, then that would at least be helpful. But it's real tough right now. Like I don't know what to say. Anyway, yeah, and I didn't get any. I think I got some coloring done at the very start of the week, and like nothing done since. So, to say all that, one of the things I really wanted to do, because I don't want to keep creating this pile, is completed pages. So I stopped doing videos back in October, stopped coloring pretty much. I colored a lot of color by number in October, then really nothing until January. I started doing a couple color by numbers and one buddy color page, and then this February was really the month that I started coloring again. So hadn't done a completed pages. I still had the stack from October-ish sitting there, so I figured let's call this completed pages from October to now. And what I typically do with these, they're not going to be in any particular order, though the books you see first are going to be the ones I've completed the most recently, because what I like to do with these, some people aren't big on color by number. I totally get it, no big deal, but I like to show the non-color by numbers first, then show the fancy color by number like George Tufexis, then show all my color by numbers. So the ones you see in the front will be most recent because I didn't really start doing non-color by number stuff till more recently. So actually I'm going to start off with this one. So Kathy from Spicy Cat Colors and I had a couple buddy colors at the end of the year last year. She was trying to finish out Whimsy Girls Celebrate the Holidays and Festive Occasions by Lynn. I wanted to knock out a few more pages in the book because I mean I'm within a reasonable distance of finishing that book. Like I don't know if I have half the pages done, but maybe. Like anyway, it's going to get done. I'm not going to say this year, but maybe next year. So anyway, I wanted to help her finish out her book, and so we had finished one. Then I pretty much stopped coloring. But we ended up working this one in. This was her last page in the book, and I knew as soon as I saw this picture I wanted to use my Dilution Shimmer paints, which I love, and I knew I wanted somebody to be red and gold, and I wanted to use the Calero watercolors to try out the silver and gold, because I've been having a lot of trouble getting a good solid silver, or mostly gold. And then the rest of this is marker and gel pen, and I found a really fun Christmassy washi tape to put around the edge. I actually took this book apart. I hardly ever do that. It was a pain. I don't know if I want to do that again just because it was such a pain. Though I would totally love to, like, if I could get good at taking them apart, I would love to buy my own binding machine and make them, like, some of them, like, bind them myself. But I don't know. That seems like a lot of trouble when they're already bound, so who knows. Anyway, don't know why I took this apart, but I did. And yeah, so this turned out great. I was really happy with it. It took me forever to finally get to it because I just wasn't in the mood to color. I really wasn't in the mood to paint, and I kind of had to push myself a little on this, but I'm glad because I feel like this really helped restart me getting back into coloring. And I'm going to see if I can screenshot Kathy's and put hers right here so you guys can see hers as well. I believe with that she had actually got to finish out her book. So congrats. I love it. I love being able to help somebody finish out a book. Actually, Tammy and I from Tammy Colors too are really close finishing Baby Dragons too. We have 2 or 3 images, but again got off track. I gotta check with her this month, see if we can restart that and finish that out for me. But anyway, yeah, no, I really like how this picture turned out. And like I said, it kind of jump-started me back into coloring. So thank you for that, Kathy, because it was nice. It was nice to, I pushed myself a little bit and then was, it really kind of kick-started me back into coloring. So, Kawaii Coloring Book by Alexandra Franzese. We have this page, which did really weird. Like the markers almost on the background kind of have a shiny look to them. It's kind of funny. So I was going to use a dark purple from my Magic Box markers, and it was very streaky on a big area, and it drove me nuts. I just couldn't stand it. Sorry, Big Ear's howling in the background. I don't know why. He just got fed this morning. He's fine. I hear you. What? What? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I went back over it with the black, but it was interesting because it almost like made the page shiny, which I thought was kind of weird. I wonder why it did that. Anyway, ended up doing this cute picture mostly with the Magic Box markers. I been using my color wheel and color palettes a lot this month. That's also been helpful because it's taken a lot of the decision out for me. This one I used the color wheel like just as a reference for like to build the palette, and same method. That's basically my go-to for marker pages unless I do something really out there different. Just a solid straight color marker, and then I outline the edges with a darker color. I just really like that effect, and I think it looks really neat, and it adds a little something extra to the page rather than just a straight color. But anyway, the page turned out really cute. Love this book. I really am torn because I love this page. This book's so fun. Now, of course, the Halloween picture, maybe I can get back into it. I really need to like carve out some time this week to color, to do something that will take my mind off work, because right now I am just, yeah, I'm so burnt, y'all. I'm just so burnt. Oh, burn out. Oh, Lord. Anyway, 50 Prehistoric Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova. It's also, I mean, it's also been, what happened with Scamper, what happened with Sidonia this past month. It's been a lot, both personal and professional. And it's like, I'm getting, it's like it's burning on both sides. And I don't feel like I don't have control over anything right now in my life. And I don't like that feeling. 50 Prehistoric Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova. This is her latest one. I mentioned I was using a lot of the color cubes this month. Once I used them for the mandala page in the live stream. So I did do a live stream this month for those of you that might have missed it. If you want to go back, it was actually just a color and chat. We ended up talking for like 3 hours about just ranting a lot about things going on in the world right now. So if you're looking for somebody to keep you company, there's a good long one for you. I did post a color and chat the day after that kind of summarizes all the personal things in my life you may want to know without having to listen to 3 hours of just random chat. So anyway, once I used the palette in that from the color cube, I really started utilizing these. And again, I feel like these have been super helpful for me this month in kickstarting my desire to color, basically. Did this cute picture. Started off with this basically for the fire in the cave, and then I built out, like, I ended up picking the colors here and then did the gel pens here. So this was more of like a kickstart for me. This is palette 251 if you guys really like that one and you happen to have this. You can take note of that. I'll put these back in the box after this, but I like to show what palettes I used. So it was crimson, orange, amber, platinum, and black. And I think these are all Prismacolor color names. So yeah, very cute picture. Again, coming out with my outlining in a darker marker. And tried a little blending with the Magic Box markers with the fire. It didn't blend flawlessly, but for a fire it actually kind of works, and it did alright. It did alright. Oh, I also outlined the, oh my gosh, I'm gonna strangle a cat. I also outlined them in gel pen. Sometimes I like doing that because it makes a little extra shine when you move the picture. It's just kind of relaxing to me. Easy Spring by Joshua Dunbar. We did this picture, and I realized I still didn't finish it. I forgot to take my pastel pencil and finish up this section here. I need to come back and do that. So I did this picture, and again, this was the one that really, I think this one, so I did that picture for Kathy for the buddy color. Then this was the first one I did this month that, like, again, got me started on stuff. This was my first page with the Magic Box markers. That's helped too. Having a new supply that's worked really well, and I don't have to worry about markers constantly drying out. It's been so fun. Like, I've had a lot of fun with these markers. So we did marker and then the pastel pencil overlay, which is another method that I really like. It kind of adds a little bit of a soft blend, extra oomph to the picture without, in a subtle way, kind of like the darker outlines do. And yeah, he turned out really cute. I'm actually really proud of my chipmunk. I think I played a little bit with using some darker markers on him, not blending per se, but just using them in the shaded areas. And I actually think it turned out quite nice with the pastels. So he's actually my favorite part of this picture. So I think he turned out nicely. So really proud of that one. Cute and Lovely. This is it says by Jade Summer, but it's actually Alexandra Franzese when she was publishing under Jade Summer. I ended up doing this cute picture. Oh, I've got the palette in here. So I picked the palette. This is 293 out of the color cubes. I have both 1 and 2, so I'm not really sure which ones these come out of. I probably should note that. I did this page and I used pencil instead of pastel. It looks so much better. I was having a lot of trouble with my lighting that day and getting the final picture and everything. So I used this palette. This is palette 293. And there's the colors on the back. And I went fancy with this. So this was a color in chat. I'll try. It's probably a little late, but I'll link in the up in the top right, like the videos that some of these are connected to, but I can only do 5, so we'll see which ones they are. But I wanted to do a cute picture. I didn't do one on Valentine's Day, but I wanted to do one on the anniversary. My husband's and I, our dating anniversary. That was an awkward sentence. Our dating anniversary. So we've been dating, I think, 10 years. I think that's right. Well, we were dating for 10 years. Dating for 10 years. That's not right. We started dating 10 years ago. There you go. So I talk in that video a lot. I've mentioned I've been divorced twice. I actually go into detail about what I went through and why I was married twice, and then meeting my husband, getting married a 3rd time, and just kind of how we met, color and chat, and did this picture, which was a lot of fun. Using some different colors I'm not used to. I'm not big on pinks usually, so using that was different for me, but I went all out with this picture. I ended up using my Copics on it, and I used my Luminance pencils, which I hadn't had a chance to use, and I really like those pencils. I really do. I'm excited to use them again. They were just really soft. They're soft and they're blendable without smearing. Like, I struggle a lot with Prismacolors because they smear if I use too hard pressure, but with these they did great. Like, I had no issues with any of them coming up. So really excited to use those again. And yeah, use some stickles on the whipped cream just to make it shine a little bit more, and it turned out really cute. And if you notice with all these, because these were Copic, so we knew those were gonna bleed, but on a lot of these I'm showing the Magic Box markers. Is it really been already 18 minutes? Good Lord, y'all. I'm sorry, man. I've just been prattling on and on. Okay, anyway, so live stream that I mentioned, we started coloring out of clover mandalas. One of the things I've wanted to do, like a couple other YouTubers, was use my palettes to color out of to color different mandalas to use out of the color cube. I'm having real trouble using my words today, and it's getting very frustrating. I'm having real trouble forming sentences. The color cube palettes, I would like to use all the palettes to color a different mandala, and it would spread across different books because obviously I'll have to buy more mandala books, but that's okay. So I did this one during our live stream, and I used number 417, which is a really fun orangey palette. What I find with these a lot is that, like the other palettes, I tend to add 2 or 3 colors to them. So these are really just a starting point for me. And based on these, I will pick 2 or 3 other colors to go along with them. And so that's kind of what I did here, and got this really neat looking mandala. And then I did another one right at the end of the month. This time, randomly picking out of the box, I got an all blue palette. This is 73, for those of you who are curious. And I got this one. I actually added some Arteza glitter gel pens to it, so you've got a little bit of a shimmer it was funny picking a black when there was some black background, but you know, I made it work. I made it work pretty good. I used the black sparingly, so it actually turned out really nice. So, oh, the magic box markers. So I've been coloring almost exclusively with those this month, by the way. And I said I would check back with y'all at the end of the month, and there's been like no yellowing. So I say these definitely do not yellow. Hooray, huzzah, awesome. Managed to finish this one. I probably was like March 1st or 2nd, but I wanted to count it. This is Fierce and Fancy Fantasy Faces Line Art and Grayscale, the newest book by Hannah Lynn. Each page in this one has a line art version and a grayscale version. And so this gal really started out, was just going to be straight marker on paper and call it a day. But every time I looked at it, I wanted to do something different. So did the marker. I used the palette for this one too, and I bet I don't know where that palette went. Oh, great. This is the problem with doing this. Okay, well, if I can find the palette, I guess I will just put it in a text box in here, but it's not looking good. It's here somewhere for sure, obviously. Yeah, who knows. Okay, so if I find it, I'll add it post edits in this. Anyway, I did use a palette. Did I? No, maybe I didn't. I'm crazy. I didn't use a palette. No, I just used a color wheel. I'm sorry. I'm crazy. I used a color wheel with a triad color scheme. And once I got the markers laid down, I was like, I didn't really want to use a darker outline on her face. And I was like, and I really wanted a background. So I used my new Balmy Night Delusion Shimmer Paint to do the shiny background, which I think the color is excellent. An excellent complement to it. And then I wanted to do more. So I got out, I used mostly Chroma Flow, but I think a few Light Fast pencils in here as well to do some shading. Wasn't a ton, just wanted something subtle, like you can really barely see it on her face. And then finally, I still thought it needed something, so I used my black Pit pen to go back over all the lines with the darker black, which I love to do occasionally because it just really makes the picture pop. And so I was really pleased with the results. This one I just kept feeling like it wasn't finished, and I kept coming back to it, adding stuff, and I'm glad I did. So it was a lot of fun to work on. I got to use, like I said, actually getting in and using pencils and stuff has been a lot of fun. So this one I finished back in October. It might have been September, and y'all might have already seen it. I can't remember. This was no. This has been in the months since October. Wren from Wren's Coloring Craze and I had a buddy color out of this. I'm not sure she's been able to do hers yet. I need to check with her. But I did get mine done. This is Wonders of Nature by George Tufexis. And here is the page. I use the towel tree markers like I always do. The one big thing I have learned, however, when you have detailed areas of black like this, I come in and I use my Pit pen instead because it doesn't bleed like the black markers do, and it gives you a lot crisper lines. I did that in another picture similar to this, and I was really pleased with the results, so that's what I've been doing ever since. And then I came in and used some white gel pen to get the little spatters of foam that are there. So turned out real pretty. These pictures in this book, I love the pictures, but they take a long time. Like these feel like they're extremely detailed type pictures. So they take quite a bit of time. I did not get my Wanderlust picture done, and I'm just going to count it for March instead. I'm hoping to get that done maybe in a color and chat, but I might show a whip at the end. So, all right, the rest of these till we get to the bottom were from October. I love Halloween, so a lot of these are going to be Halloween color by numbers. So this is Halloween Nightmare color by number by color Questopia. I did this picture. Nothing too miraculous, just a straight color. Was just feeling like putting a lot of color down at that point. Sach and Sach Diva Stained Glass Halloween, which I need to be coloring more out of throughout the year. Did I do this one? Are we sure? Y'all are like, it's not me. I feel like I did another one. Okay, I'm just going to show you the ones I've done in here. Okay, so maybe it was this one. God, I mean, it's been like 4 or 5 months. So, did this picture. Turned out lovely. Okay, I've done like 3 or 4 pictures in here. I know that one wasn't it. It was marked. I guess that had to be the picture. Just feels like it's been longer than that. I've done that one, and I've done that one. And I think those are the only ones I've done in here. Yeah. So I do need to do more, for sure. Fantasy Animals, color Questopia. This had just come out, and so I actually really enjoy these types of color Questopia books because they are a little more detailed than some of their others, and I don't know, I really enjoy them. So I did this handsome fella in his ice cave, or not ice cave, I guess that's the Aurora Borealis in the background. Got a little markers bled a little bit down in here, but like, I really like this book. It's very cool. And in the same type of art style, we have Fantasy Houses by Color Questopia. And I did this one, which I thought turned out really cute. Again, similar style, just a little more detailed than some of their other books. Halloween, another color by number by Sach and Sach Diva. Not real sure which page. You'd think I would have marked these better. I think it was that one. I think it was that one since there's pages here. But just a straight color on here. Thought he turned out very cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the one. So, Autumn Black Background Coloring Book by Color Questopia. Here, I've started in the back and worked my way towards the front. I know I've probably shown that one before, but I honestly can't remember. There's a lot of orange in here. A lot of orange. I did that picture. I think that was the one I actually did. So, oh, and I did another one. Like I said, you can see, actually I had an orange that was kind of going out on me on this one. So, Halloween Cute Color by Number by Color Questopia. Black Lines version. I did this one. This is again that same style that I think is my favorite from the Color Questopia books I have. So, enjoyed doing that one. Yeah, I think it's the only one I've done out of that one. I think that was a new purchase at that point. Square Halloween. I remember this being a gift from Tammy, and this is where I fell in love with the square books. Now, which one did I do? Okay, I started in the front, was starting to work my way back through. I think I did this one. Yeah, it's marked. I'm pretty sure this is the one I did. I need to get back into this one. I'm really close to finishing Stylish Animals, which you'll see in a minute. So I think once I get done with that one, I'll switch to the Halloween one. Cute Witches by Questopia. I think this was also new last fall. And I did this page. I love the look on the cat's face. Like, that is... I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I find it's hilarious. But she's got some shimmer on her. I think that's the only one I did in here. Oh, no, I've done that one. I think that one was from a previous month. So, all right. I think the rest of these I've been working on this month. I did another page out of Cactus and Succulent Coloring Book by Questopia. I am working my way back to front. The reason why I do that, is I don't like, usually the first page is the cover of the book, and I don't like coloring the cover of the book usually first, so I'll start in the back. Another reason I do it in Color Questopia is because the colors are on the back page of the previous image. So if I start from the back, I can still read this. If I started in the front, then I can still sort of read it even with the color on it, but it would be harder to read. So I did this picture. I think I used the magic box markers on this, and they did excellent. I like using two colors. So like this is all fours, but I'll use like two different light greens just to give it a little variety. I have a lot of fun doing that. Cute Cats by Sach and Diva. That is not right. I have definitely updated it since then. I am down to, I think, single digits in this book in terms of pages left. This one's a bit tricky because we have such big areas to color that, like, I usually have to get a fresh brand new marker in order to do it, unless it gets streaky and dies on me. And nothing, well, very few things in this world upset me more than dealing with a marker that's on its last leg. But I used the magic box markers in here, and they did excellent. So colored this fella. Quite handsome. I think I tried Crown on this with marker outline. I didn't like it as much on this one. I've been working back to front in this book. You can see, like, some books, if it gets streaky, I just deal with it. And this is one of those books. But I think I've done mostly back to front. 4, 5, 6. Oh, I've done that one. 7. I have 7 pictures and then this page left in the book. So excited. I might actually get a Sach and Sach Diva book done. Alright, Stylish Animals. This is one of mine. I'm constantly working in. Definitely took a break the last 4 or 5 months. I only have one page to show in here, and it was a whip back early last year, and that's this little what type? Bulldog? Is that what they're called? Yep. And I'm not far from this one either. Again, working back to front. I don't know, maybe 10 pages left, so. Halloween Ceramic Tiles, Color by Number by Prachi Dewan Sach Diva. This is by far my favorite ceramic tiles book that she has done. And so I have been working, even off season in this book. Actually been going front to back in this one. And I may have shown one of these in September, but I honestly can't remember. So yeah, I've been doing quite a few in here. Love him, of course. I think his page turned out great. No, no, I still have one more. I do remember doing this one recently, and then doing this one as well. I like this one a lot too. Just the colors all together look really sharp. So, yeah, working my way through that one pretty well. Probably not going to be slowing down either. And I finally started another Color by Colors book. I had finished Kira Kerfneva. Kira Shershniva. Jeez. I had finished one of her Color by Colors book last year. I think it's called Country Scenes or Country Life. I never get it right. And so I've been wanting to try another one for a while. I picked up Fantasy Women, didn't touch it for a few months, and then finally started coloring on it. This is one of my favorite things to color on the couch, and I love using my Bic intensity markers in it. Because just about everything but the peach color matches up to a color in her color scheme. I love this book. I just think it is the coolest looking book. Love this picture. I love like fantasy RPG games. I love like warrior women in those types of things, or like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. So like I guess the Fantasy Women book, because she has others and I want those too, but like this, I grabbed this one specifically because of that, because I love women being drawn like this. So and I'm starting a new one. My biggest problem is those Bic markers just don't hold very much, and so they run out on me pretty easily. However, with this nice shiny paper, I can make them go a lot farther than I can on plain paper. So just working my way front to back on this one. Oh, the next one's got kitties. Oh boy, I guess I gotta work my way to that one. So there we go. That is, that took a lot longer. I had a lot to say about the early books, so I was trying to speed through the color by numbers so that this wouldn't wind up being an hour long. Sorry about that. Just excited to feel like coloring again. Bummed because I simply just don't have the time for a lot of it right now, but I'm like fighting. I'm this before I just kind of rolled over and took it, right? Like, okay, I just don't have the brain capacity for it. Right now, I feel like I'm being stubborn about it and I'm trying to fight it a little more. So but I was really proud of myself that this month, while I did some color by number, I did a lot of not color by number books. I was using my color cube palettes, using my paints, actually getting out some pencil and using it. Like I just, very, like at least spreading out a little bit in my coloring this month. And so I'm pleased about that. I'm hoping March will be the same way. I have so many, like, I don't know if I can show y'all all. Well, I don't have 1,000 whips. It's not like that, but so Wanderlust, I was hoping to finish. Didn't happen. I have a color and chat topic in mind, and so what I might do is usually post the color and chats on the weekends, but that's not going to happen this weekend. I might post it tomorrow because I want to talk about a topic about coloring books before I show you some coloring books. Because I feel like, yeah, I have a topic. I have other things to talk about, but I have a topic. So I note this because it's very unusual. I typically steer clear of coloring community drama, and not that there's much. I mean, well, some people think there's a lot, but to me, like, I've been around a lot of internet communities in like I guess since like the 2000s, and trust and believe when I say the level of drama in the coloring community is like this compared to most communities, online communities. It's one of the reasons I love it so much. It's actually very positive and supportive 90% of the time, but anytime you get a group of people together, things are going to happen, no matter how positive it is. So anyway, this is something that I've been noodling about, and I kind of want to noodle about it while I'm doing a color in chat. So I think I'm going to work on that today. Oh, here, let me show you all this because it is technically a whip. I have the bottom half of it finished. Of course, I picked the kitty in the picture. Hoping to finish that. Might be what I work on today. Well, yeah, if I want it to post it tomorrow. I have 2 stacks of coloring books to show you. I will probably show the one related to my color and chat on Tuesday, and then I'll show the others on Wednesday. Let's just do that. And then Friday, maybe I do my magic box review on Friday. Maybe that's what we do. I'm trying to load up at the start of the week because I do not know how next weekend's going to pan out in terms of videos, and I like to try to get the flip throughs as quick as possible because otherwise, like, they're just sitting there. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait on the second stack of books till Friday. We'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and record as much as I can today, just so you guys are still getting some videos through the week while I am buried. And like I said, who knows, as rough as I feel this week, like I feel like I lost this weekend. I usually spend my Sundays dreading Mondays, so like Saturday working just took, I should have just waited and worked today, honestly. Oh gosh. But yeah, I think I'm going to be fit to be tied by next weekend, so. Anyway, what other whips do I have? Oh, they're up here. Yeah, so like some of these are like old whips. I started in this villains book, this coloriage book. I only have 2 of these. And I started on Ursula because the very first one, because I adore her. And that's what I've got so far. She is extremely detailed. And I kind of got off track. I'm thinking about buying the pit pens. They're a little expensive, but I found using the black one in here, like to be in some of the other colors, I had like a 5 set. I think the light purple or dark purple was one I used. I really like using them in these books, so I might splurge and get some of those. But anyway, she's, pretty detailed, so that will be picked up at some point. I also have this thing I started, I think, back when I was optimistic. And this is the Nelko Neko book, and I have it in watercolor, as you can see. But I do not have, I was going to use polychromos pencils because that's what you guys voted on. I think I might use some of the clearer watercolors on all the gold and everything. I don't know yet. We shall see. That's going to be the biggest challenge for me, is I'm not big on knowing how to color this stuff, so I've got some channels to check out for that. So one of these days we'll get back to that one. But I think those are the only true, if I have other whips, they're buried in my bookcase. So anyway, oh, and I also I did get my watercolor in the forest book, so I need to tack that on to my other new books to show you guys. This was the one I was waiting on the other day, and it looks very cool. So I'll Like I said, I'll stick that with my piles of books. You'll get to see it this week. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I've rattled on long enough. That's what a coloring chat's for. So look tomorrow for a coloring chat. Tuesday will be flip throughs. Those new books I got. Tammy showed a book from Diana Good last week and on her channel. Oh my word, these pictures, y'all. Anyway, I saw that book and ooh, that's a little blurry, but I saw the one book she had and I instantly went and bought like 4 of them by the company, whoever they are. Instantly went and bought like 4 of them because I love the pictures. So I'm going to show those on Tuesday, and those are related to the conversation I'm going to have tomorrow, just as a sneak peek. Might wait on the other books either Wednesday or Friday, and then next weekend I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know yet. I just simply don't know yet. I'd like to do the marker box review either Friday or Sunday, and that might be what I do just to get me through the weekend, because I don't think I'm going to have a lot of brain capacity, but we'll see. We'll see. I want to keep videos going. I don't want to get stuck in another rut. I want to keep coloring. And so I have a lot of fun doing these videos. And so I don't want to lose that. That's like the one thing I feel like I can do right now. And so I don't want to lose this momentum, basically. Anyway, thank you all, by the way, for being so understanding. I know the past few months have been kind of iffy with me and videos. I took a lot of breaks. Probably a lot of people didn't even notice because there's a lot of us out there on the internet. But for those of you that did notice and have checked in with me, and you comment a lot on my pictures and my videos, and you're there for my live streams, just know how much I appreciate you. Like I said, I have so much fun with this channel, and you guys are my social avenue. Like, I just don't have you guys are my friends, right? Like, the people I am closest to right now, outside my family, are friends that I met on here. So you guys are my friends, and you are my social outlets. So just know it may not feel like it's much leaving a comment or whatever, but it really does mean the world to me, and I'm sure other people as well. Like, just a small, like Anne at Anne's Colorful Life says, like, a small act of kindness. I can't remember the rest of that quote, but she talks a lot about small acts of kindness really making a difference, and she's absolutely right, because I feel that myself. So on a rare positive note, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for putting up with my blabbering about all the pages and my stories. And anyway, talk to you soon. Bye for now.